nail scratch on my back tat. Eyes closed when you scream out and you keep me in with those hips. While my teeth sink in those lips. While your body's giving me life and you suffocating my kiss. Then you said I want you forever, even when we're not together. Scars on my body so I can take you wherever. Like I want you forever, even when we're not together.
Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm doing a chatty Valentine's Day makeup look. It's an everyday makeup look, a pretty soft glam. So if you're like me and you're gonna be working on Valentine's Day, but you still wanna be festive, or if you're single and you still wanna be festive for Valentine's Day, I got you covered. But here's the twist. Instead of your boring, regular, everyday, chatty makeup tutorials, we're gonna be talking about a little something different. In honor of Valentine's Day, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys my worst hookup experiences. We've all had them. And just to clarify, in my book, hookup doesn't mean the nasty. I'm just talking about like your worst makeout experiences. All throughout high school, we've all had an experience or two. In my case, I had about 3 experiences where like it just was a complete and like total fail. So if you're not subscribed to this channel already and you want to join us on our YouTube journey, all you gotta do is pause this video, or don't pause it. Just make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, so without further ado, let's go take care of this face for Valentine's Day. All right, first things first, we gotta moisturize the face. It's Valentine's Day, we're in February, the coldest month of the year. And what would a makeup tutorial be without some moisturization? So I'm using my Kopari Coconut Body Milk, which is actually really meant for your body, but I like using it on my face as well. It smells so good. Next, we're going into BB cream. And if you guys have been with me on this channel for a while, you would know that I like using BB cream instead of foundation, and I'm at like the very bottom of this. So I really hope we can get some out because here we go. Perfect. Squirt, squirt. So let's get on with the first story because this one was my first kiss. And if my first kiss was a fail, then that just means my whole life was a fail. So my first kiss, I was in 8th grade. And I liked this kid, but I wasn't crazy about him. Like, I liked him. He was like my boyfriend at the time, but I honestly, I wasn't really into him. I was kind of into this other guy who we will talk about in another story in this video, but I was into this guy, and obviously like I was in 8th grade, like this innocent 13-year-old who like never been kissed, and like, you know, I kind of like was pressured to do it by like everybody because it was a big deal to like have a first kiss apparently. In 8th grade. I mean, I was a freaking fetus and everyone's like pressuring me to have my first kiss. So I'm not gonna name names because like I don't know who freaking like creeps this account. But so my first kiss. He was a really nice guy, but he wasn't really for me, like I guess. And I guess that in itself made this a fail because like who doesn't like their first kiss? So anyway, it was like something that was like planned like in school, like today we're gonna have our first kiss. It was just so weird, but whatever, I guess that's 8th grade for you. So I mean, it was after school and like it was assumed like all my friends knew like I was kissing him today. So apparently it was like a social gathering to like watch your friend have their first kiss. I don't know, but I thought that was very strange. It was like a thing that like everyone was gonna like come watch us kiss or whatever. It was like me and my 2 other friends, and school went out, like the bell rang, and then like we kind of like all walked down to like the park up the block. And yeah, like he kind of just went in and tried to kiss me, and I just was like dodging it, like I was like no, get off me. I didn't want to look childish, so I was like, okay, like I guess we'll do it or whatever. So then he leans in to kiss me, and literally his whole tongue, like I don't mean to be graphic or anything, but his tongue just like licked my lips. I like was like, oh my god, like that's disgusting. So after that I was kind of just like scarred. I was like, what the heck did I just witness? Like this guy just licked my whole face. Like he just like went in to kiss me. He was just like I remember just like rubbing my mouth. Like I was washing it and like rubbing my mouth, and like I was like, why is my lips burning? Like I felt like after that my lips were like burning, like it was like toxic or something. Second one, I was in my junior year of high school, and I got in contact again with one of the kids that I liked in middle school around the time that I had my first kiss. And you know, he was an interesting person, to say the least. So like things went well. Like I didn't hear from him for a few days, and I was getting a little nervous. The first kiss, like the kiss with him wasn't the problem. It was what happened afterwards. So this guy, he texts me and he's like, oh, you want to meet up again? And I was like, yeah, like, you know, me being like very naive, I was like, okay, yeah, like I thought he liked me. And then he's texting me, and in the middle of texting me, he's like, I have to delete your number because my ex-girlfriend is calling me. So I was like, what? Like, if that's your ex-girlfriend, like, what's the problem? Like, why do you need to delete my number? And I don't know, I got like some vibes from that. I didn't like it, and I was like if you have to delete my number because your ex-girlfriend's calling you, then that leads me to believe that you're not really done with your ex-girlfriend. So I want to go in with the contour, so I'm going to be using my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer for this. So we're just going to add it to this part of the cheek, down here, up here. And remember, like, we're going for a really soft makeup look, so I'm not going for like such a sharp contour. I like to go in with a little bit of bake to set the under eye circle. So back to the story. So like that was a bit of a red flag for me. Like he told me, like, you know, his girlfriend was gonna check his phone, or I mean his ex-girlfriend was gonna check his phone, and that, like, you know, he'll text me later. So I'm like, okay. Like he made it seem like she was nuts, like she was just coming over to like talk about things, but like they weren't getting back together. So I was like, okay, like that shouldn't be an issue, like hopefully. But I was naive. Like looking back on that now, I totally would have been like, see you later, like I'm not dealing with this drama. But yeah, so that night, like he texted me and he was just talking to me again, and then the next day I got a text from a really unknown number. I had no idea, and it was like this really long paragraph from his ex-girlfriend saying to stay away from him, he's mine. Oh no, it just dropped a shadow. He was telling me like, I will come to find you, I will, like all this nasty stuff to me. And I'm like, but wait, like I thought you guys broke up. And she's like, yeah, well, we did. So I'm like, well, if you guys did break up, then why are you contacting me? Like if he still wants to talk to me, like what's the problem? And she was basically telling me to stay away from him, and if you didn't stay away from him, like I'm gonna come find you, all this crazy stuff. So at that point I kind of just texted him and I was like, listen, like I'm not doing this, like I thought you and your girlfriend broke up. And he was like, yeah, well, she wants to get back together. So I was like, okay. I'm like, see you later. Like I am not dealing with it. And then I have this one more story to tell you guys, and I don't know if this would be deemed the worst hookup experience that I've ever had. So I'm just taking this really small, like tapered brush. I'm gonna go over here. So I'm gonna be going in with some mascara. I'm gonna be using the Grande Bat Your Lashes. It comes in a really pretty gold tube, and it has a primer on one end and the mascara on the other for the lashes. So I'm just gonna be applying this as we get into the next story. So the last horrible experience that I have for you guys was also when I was in high school. There was this guy that I was interested in. Well, I wasn't really interested in him that much. He was kind of showing interest in me, and at the time I kind of like wanted a boyfriend. Like I wanted to have somebody to talk to and hang out with all the time. And you know, this guy showed interest, so like I was entertaining it. And you know, I went to Florida and we were texting. I came back from Florida, we were texting, and you know, I thought that like we should hang out soon. He thought so too. So we made plans to hang out. I brought like 3 friends with me, so like he could bring friends, and it was kind of like us all hanging out in a group. Like it wasn't like weird or anything like that. And then of course, like he asked me to take a walk with him, so I was like, okay. And then when he got there, like I don't know, I kind of noticed something was off about him. He smelled like a lot of smoke. Like like that's something like grosses me out, like the smell of smoke. I don't know what he was doing, but I'm going to just say that he smelled like he was smoking. So whatever, like we went on a walk, whatever, and he was just making no sense, like when he was talking, like he just seemed very like not with it. Going with some blush, I'm using my Tarte Amazonian Clay in the shade Partey. It's a really pretty light pink. And for highlight, I'm going to be going in with the same shade of the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit that I used on my eyes. I'm going to be using my Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color in the shade, I don't even know if it tells you, I think Devotion it's called. So I'm going to be applying that to my lips. So at the end of that whole story, I didn't even finish. The end of the whole story, what ended up happening was I ran to Rite Aid, I got myself a pack of gum because I couldn't stand the taste in my mouth. It was just so sloppy, like this guy was like so sloppy. He showed up and completely embarrassed himself. It was like one of the worst hookup experiences I ever witnessed in my whole life. Alright guys, so that is the finished makeup look and the finished story time. I really hope you guys liked this style of chatty makeup tutorial. I thought I'd put a twist on it. Considering last Valentine's Day I did a makeup tutorial and I look back on it and I'm like, what the heck was I doing? It's whatever, you learn, you grow. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe before you leave. And I will see you guys next week with another video. Mwah.
Getting high in love, we're invincible.